As 2023 comes to an end and we celebrate all of the fantastic anime of the last year, we here at IGN are already thinking of the possibilities and potential of 2024 and the absolute smorgasbord of highly anticipated anime that will be hitting screens next year. From a long-awaited Junji Ito adaptation to a DC Isekai anime, there's just so much to look forward to. And if you're awaiting a returning season like Oshi No Ko, or that time I got reincarnated as a slime, then you're in luck too. So, before the year ends, let's take a look at the biggest anime coming in 2024.
これを今日の昼飯にしてみよう。やだ
！Adapting Junji Ito's iconic art style is a hard task, and while there have been plenty of live-action adaptations and an anthology anime series in recent years, fans are still waiting for a truly great Ito anime. Hopefully, Uzumaki will fit that bill. The 4-episode series from Adult Swim will adapt the magnum opus of the mangaka, which follows the inhabitants of a Japanese town who are haunted by swirling spirals. Heavily delayed due to the intricate nature of adapting Ito's work and the production needing more time to do so, this is at the top of our list as we can't wait to see Ito's haunting style come to the screen in this long overdue horror-drenched adaptation. Naoya Matsumoto's Kaiju No. 8 is one of the best-selling manga of the last couple of years, and we couldn't be more excited for the anime to hit screens. In case you haven't had the chance to read it, it's set in a world where the titular monsters regularly attack cities around the world. In Japan, the country with the highest concentration of kaiju attacks of course, a pair of friends dedicate their lives to joining the infamous Kaiju Defense Force and fight back against the monsters that ruin their lives. But when one of them ingests a kaiju, they get shape-shifting powers that make them the ultimate weapon against the monsters they're fighting. Fans of the Dragon Ball franchise rejoice! Creator Akira Toriyama has another new anime coming to screens in 2024. Sandland is based on the 2000s manga of the same name. While we don't have a trailer just yet, we do have an idea of what it might look like thanks to the movie from earlier this year. The dystopian story is set in a world where water has run dry, and a ragtag group of survivors have to come together to take down the power-hungry people in charge. Sandland is already being adapted into a video game, and that aforementioned 2023 anime movie that's giving us all this sweet B-roll. But this series should expand the world of Sandland and deliver more Toriyama goodness to viewers around the world. DC has been making a massive move into anime and manga this year with the release of 3 new manga series that had fans talking. Joker, One Operation Joker, Superman vs. Meshi, and Batman Justice Buster threw the DC characters into a whole new light. And in 2024, they'll be jumping onto our screens in a brand new anime. Wit Studio is behind the beautiful looking show that will highlight characters like Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, Deadshot, and King Shark. Jumping into the supernatural world of isekai anime, this will be a DC TV show unlike anything we've ever seen. This inventive and hilarious supernatural manga took the fandom by storm when it hit in 2021. We've been waiting eagerly for the anime adaptation since then, and in 2024, our patience will finally be rewarded. Yukinobu Tatsu's hit series introduced readers to Momo Ayase and Okarun, 2 young high schoolers who believe in 2 very different parts of the supernatural. Momo knows in her heart that ghosts are real, and Okarun is a die-hard alien truther. But when strange events start to occur, the pair discover that there's more to the supernatural than they could ever imagine. If that doesn't get excited, it's being made by Science Saru, the studio behind the recent Scott Pilgrim adaptation. If your favorite part in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is foraging and cooking food, then you'll love Delicious in Dungeon. The sweet and hilarious fantasy manga is as delicious as it is delightful, and we couldn't be more excited that it's being adapted for Netflix. Ryoko Kui is the creator behind this series set in the world of dungeon raiding. When a raid goes wrong, a crew of adventurers come up with a new plan, hunting down the dungeon monsters and cooking them. In this satisfying twist on the classic fantasy trope, readers discover an incredible and tasty world buried in the depths of the dungeon. And we're stoked to see this comedic adventure brought to life next year.
Dungeon meshi. Dungeon meshi.
This Korean manhwa from Chugong and Dubu combines multiversal action with dungeon raiding with a story that reimagines our world as one where you can travel between dimensions in order to fight dangerous creatures. This one has been in the works for a while and is finally almost here, brought to life by A1 Pictures, the studio behind Mashle, and Nier Automata. Putting a twist on the classic hero's journey, this action-heavy story centers on Sun Jin-woo, but rather than being a famed fighter, he's instead one of the weakest and worst demon hunters in Korea. But a near-death experience changes that, and he dedicates his life to leveling up his skill set and reputation. Keep an eye on this one, as it could be a huge hit. For fans of sports anime, there's only one title that you're really waiting for. It's been almost 4 years since the 4th season of Haikyuu hit screens, but in 2024 we'll get the next installment of the beloved volleyball series in the form of a feature-length movie. Reuniting viewers with series protagonist Shoyo Hinata, the slice-of-life anime will be produced by Production IG and will be the first of 2 movies that will finish the popular animation in place of a 5th season of the anime, ending the beloved adaptation of Haruichi Furudate's manga. So, if you've been longing to catch up with Shoyo and his team, you don't have much longer to wait.
劇場版配給ゴミ捨て場の決戦
Oshi No Ko's debut season made it onto our runners-up list for the best anime of the year in 2023, so it's no surprise that we're eagerly awaiting the show's sophomore entry. The twist-filled first season set up one of the wildest and most surprising anime of the year, centering on the intense world of Japanese idols, but with an almost unbelievable twist. It was actually a reincarnation and murder mystery anime in disguise, as the finale left us with an unforgettable performance by B. Komachi and further clues about the show's central mystery. Fans are eager for season 2. While there's no trailer yet, expect to see more of the sophomore season soon.
星の愛は欲張りなんだ
Another isekai anime on our most anticipated list is this hilarious fantasy that sees an older businessman reborn in a world of fantastical monsters. But as the title reveals, he is reincarnated as the titular slime, a low-level monster in the dungeon hierarchy. Based on the light novels of the same name by Fuse and Mitzvah, this charmingly unexpected found family fantasy sees the former salaryman turned slime find his way in his new life after death, growing powerful and building a utopian society for monsters and humans of all kinds. So, with the tragic ending of Season 2 and to-be-continued cliffhanger, this one will be making waves when Season 3 hits. And if you can't wait, you can enjoy the 3-part OVA from this year, where we're getting some of this lovely B-roll, as we're yet to get a new trailer.
転生したらスライムだった件コリウスの夢
After over a decade of waiting, fans can rejoice, because Kimi ni Todoke is back and the fan-fave romance series is headed to Netflix. We don't have a trailer just yet, but the original cast is returning with Mamiko Noto as Sawako Kuronuma and Daisuke Namikawa as Shota Kazehaya. This sweet shoujo series is inspired by the manga of the same name by Karuho Shina and centers on Sawako, a young woman who's bullied by her peers for her love of the supernatural. When she meets the handsome and popular Shota, the seemingly strange pair begin to find connection in their unusual friendship. But could it turn into more? Hopefully, Season 3 will answer that question.
いつか君に届くだろうか
One of the longest-running anime series of all time, Bleach made its comeback with this final season that adapted the last arc of the manga. Seeing as it had never been adapted before, the 1,000-year blood war caused quite a stir, especially as it ended up with the unlikely streaming home of Disney+. After Part 2 ended with an hour-long special, Part 3 will air in 2024, and as the title hints, will be an action-packed event full of brutal battles, awesome enemies, and unexpected team-ups. So, get ready to jump back into the world of Soul Reapers and lose yourself once again in one of the most legendary shonen anime of all time. What's your most anticipated anime of 2024? Was there something that should have been on our list that you think we missed? Let us know in the comments, and for everything else anime, keep it here on IGN.